know what time it is. Sing along.
Wake up every day.
Wake up.
Wake up, this is what I say.
Keone's waking up, see?
Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me. Yeah.
Free to be you. Well, good Monday, whatever you're celebrating. I'm so glad that you're here. I am Bob Baker. This is my current sidekick, Keone. And you may notice that Pooki is not here. So if you already know, she's actually in Mexico. She's been in Mexico since Tuesday night. I guess they flew out, her and a friend flew out from St. Louis on Tuesday morning, and they've been there, and they're about ready to go into the jungles of Guatemala on some sort of a pilgrimage. I don't know all the details about it, but to an ancient Mayan site. And so, yeah, she's going to have some great stories to tell. Talked to her just a little while ago, and she's doing well and sends her love. And so, yes, boy, so happy Easter again. We have got a lot on tap here, even though I'm flying solo. We are going to be talking about transformation, I guess, loosely tied into the resurrection. Also, maybe has elements of rebirth and renewal. And I'm going to be sharing some times in my life where I had to shift and alter my identity and rebrand myself and remake myself in many different ways. And so, hopefully, we can inspire each other with that discussion. Let's see here. We've got a couple of solo songs I'm going to be performing. Got the "I Welcome Joy Into My Life" video is going to be at the end, and I have a song for Bob's Comedy Corner. And so, yes, and I have an Easter background. Oh, look at all the folks just going crazy there in the chat. That is awesome. It's almost like, man, it's like a family reunion every Sunday. I feel so blessed to see so many of the same names. And it's always great to see some new names too. In fact, if you are maybe catching a Sunday Inspiration live stream for the first time, let us know, or maybe for the first time in a while. And like some of you are already doing that, like there's Nikki Hill saying good morning, much love from Illinois. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from so we get a sense of the diversity of locations here. Oh, Deanne says, woke up to snow on the ground in Lewiston, New York. Oh man, snow there. It's been a little chilly. It's been unseasonably, seems chilly and windy here in St. Louis. So I'll be checking in with more comments as we go along here. So even though Pooki is absent, I have her represented in a couple of things here. And one, she's not in Hawaii. She's obviously in Mexico, but this is recorded, I think, last summer or one of her trips to Hawaii this past year, where she did a little centering breath thing on the beach while she was in Hawaii. So let's go ahead and cue that up and see if we can synchronize our breathing and our energy together here. And at least we can have a little taste of Pooki here. And so enjoy this. Pooki Lee from the beach.
Aloha, I'm here on the Big Island, and I wanted to take a moment to share with you the sacred breath of unification. You know, every Sunday morning when we go live on YouTube, I like to anchor us together in this unified breath where we activate our living life force essence together at the same time. So I'm here in Hawaii, here graced by this beautiful Mother Ocean. And in this, we are going to breathe in the essence of aloha. And then we're going to also exhale the essence of aloha into the world. So are you ready? We're going to come together in this sacred holy breath right now, breathing in deeply into the core of your being, aloha. And then exhaling, aloha. Breathing in deeply again. Aloha. Exhaling. Aloha. One more time, deeply into the belly. Aloha. And then releasing with that sacred breath, that Ha spirit of aloha. Thank you so much for breathing together with me and with our global community right now in this very moment. We are connected through our breath, through our hearts and through our souls. So, it's so beautiful to be with you here. Love, 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 love. So much love for all of you. Blessings.
Isn't that amazing? Even though she recorded that last year, many months ago, by replaying it, that's the beauty of this digital technology in this era that we live in. By replaying it, she's reconnecting with all of us, And so it's like a time-released effect of doing good in the world. So I love that. I had that realization as I listened there toward the end. So I'm wearing a shirt that has, so we're using a green screen, and that's how I'm projecting the Easter background and all of our backgrounds. But I'm wearing a shirt. I was trying to get some Easter colors, so I have green in my shirt, so it's actually picking up. It looks like I'm translucent. And I guess I am. So you're picking up a lot of the background of my shirt, but it's kind of cool. Real quickly, I'm going to check in on just some of the locations that some of you are indicating, just to find out who we are, or where we are. It's Laurel in Maryland. It's a beautiful weather there. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I recognize that. That name. So welcome. Let me know if it's your first time here. Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Roseville, California. Let's see here. I'm just looking for ones that mention where they're from. Mary Rose, New York. Chilly today. Angela's in Minneapolis. That's so cool. Brandy is Houston, Texas. Hey, Brandy. Hope you're doing well. I know we focused on you and your health in the last couple of weeks. Clara says, "Good morning." Buenos dias from Edmonton, Canada. Oh, hey, Ashley. Florida is in the house. Great to see you here. Let's see here. Where anyone else mentioning where they are from? Mary Rose says, yes, it's a family reunion. Maybe. Oh, yeah, I've already. So those are the ones that I see since I requested that. Let's see if there are any new ones. Shanetta says, welcome all first timers. Absolutely. And we're going to celebrate that a little bit later on. Seattle, Golden Sun is from Seattle. That's great to have you here. Beth Young from Illinois, the state right over from us in St. Louis, Missouri. Mama Love from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Paulo says, not my first time, but good morning and happy Easter from Salem. Toy Boats, Oregon. I think that was Laurel's, what you said your name was. This is my first time in your live videos, but I enjoyed. I've been listening for a year. Yay. Of course, Karen. Hey, Karen, good to see you tuning in from Florida. Katie's in Ottawa, Canada. I'm glad to see Canada's represented here. This is awesome. Marley says, good morning, besties. You do have that sense, don't you, that we're all good friends, even though most of us have never met each other. Love you too, Katie. That's sweet of you to say. Cynthia from the Bronx. Yay. Awesome. Oh, Bobby from Marion, Indiana. Very, very cool. Nita says, absolutely, Brandy is out of the hospital. Hopefully you had a book waiting for you, I think, when you got... what's this now? We got from South Africa. Oh, that is so cool. Yes, Keone does look adorable, and he is. Wait a second now. Hi, family. Are you the... I thought we had a Tinica from Nebraska. Is that the same person with a different name? And I'm confused now. Hey, Nick from Atlanta. Awesome sauce. And Sheila says, good morning from Nevada. What? Penny? You're from St. Louis? Oh, wow, cool. We're going to be doing more like live events in St. Louis and around the country. But yeah, so you should stay aware of our activities in the area. Agnes from London. Scrug, great to see you all. Let's turn our attention to some affirmations. It's another way that we get synchronized here. And even though I haven't talked in depth yet about the this whole concept of like reinventing yourself and personal transformation and sharing some of my stories, the affirmations tie into them. And so let's just pull those up. And there's only 4 of them here. I had a lovely Easter background. I'm going to pull these up, and you know how this works. I'm going to say each line, and I encourage you to repeat it back to yourself. And we'll dive a little deeper into the topic of these affirmations as we go. But here they are. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. And Here we go. I embrace personal transformation. Oh, hang on a second. Let me pull that down a little bit. Give you a little space to repeat it back to yourself. I accept that I accept that change is an exciting part of life. I know it always doesn't seem that way, but it can be. Here's the next one. I celebrate spiritual rebirth and renewal. And I am fully equipped to survive and thrive. So we're going to be talking about changes that happen into our life, and they initially feel like disruptions, but how they actually turn out often to be blessings, or some good will come out of any type of challenge or redirection in our life, when we have to redefine who we are and our place in the world. So let's go through those again, but this time let's say them together. Say them with me. You see them on your screen there if you're in a place where you can do that. So just say them along with me instead of having you repeat them. First one, I embrace personal transformation. I accept that change is an exciting part of life. I celebrate spiritual rebirth and renewal. And with feeling, I am fully equipped to survive and thrive. Those are good. There you go. Let me turn that background music off and raise my volume here. Okay. So that's going to be our topic for today. They're going to be diving a little bit deeper into shortly here. So this is the last Sunday that you're going to be hearing me make announcements about our next Turbocharge Your Life program. I do these like 3 times a year. They're usually 30 days, as this one is. And so this next program starts Saturday, April 23rd. So by the time we reconvene here next Sunday, it'll already have started. The door will have closed, and I won't be talking about it unless I'll be talking about it a lot with the people that are enrolled in the program. But if you aren't signed up yet, and a number of you are, if you have signed up for it, go ahead and acknowledge that in the comments and let people know how excited you are. Or what your thoughts are, I should say. I'm assuming you're excited. Are you digging my shirt? Yes, the translucent shirt. Anyway, the next Turbocharge Your Life session is all focused on health and well-being. It starts April 23rd and runs through May 22nd. All sorts of perks come with it, like 4 90-minute live Zoom calls that we'll do on Saturday mornings, not Sunday mornings, but Saturday mornings, at least Saturday in the U.S. There's a private Facebook group. There's the option of teaming up with a success partner. I get some hand-picked, curated health and well-being and healing affirmations. I've got like a 30-day printable journal that you can download and use for this. So all sorts of perks. And I'm going to be sharing, I shared a little bit with you, but this is all part of my own personal health journey, and Pooki's is going on that too. And so to learn more about it, I think there's a pinned comment here while we're streaming live, but it's go to turbochargeyourlife.us. That's turbochargeyourlife.us is the website to go learn more about it. Sign up today, again, it starts this coming Saturday. So I know a lot of people kind of drag their feet and wait to the last minute. So if that's you, now would be a good time. To sign up for that. Let me get rid of that. Hang on. And see here. Yeah, Cindy, I knew I recognized your name. From that, Cindy has signed up, is all set to do it. So is Debbie there. Yep. Mary Rose is part of it as well. Mary Rose is going to she's bringing like 30 to 40 years of like fitness and health as an instructor and as a trainer. And so she's going to be bringing a lot to the table here. What? It's Shanetta's birthday coming up? Well, we'll have to celebrate that. Yeah. Thank you, Mary Rose. Join the event. Who else indicated they might be signed up? Let's see here. I know I recognize. Yeah, Deanne's part of it. Who else? Trying to base on my memory the people that have signed up. But yeah, we'd love you to be love to have you be part of that. Let's do the first song, shall we? There we go. Karen, that's right. Karen's already signed up, already feeling the great energy it's going to add to my life. And yeah, it's great that you're already feeling that. Like you're anticipating knowing the experience that you're going to have. Because I think you've been through some of the other turbocharged programs, Karen, and it's always uplifting, and we purposely build into it the community aspect, so you're not doing this alone. Yes, it's virtual, we're not in the same room, but we try to recreate that as much as possible. Sharonda, that's great to hear. You'll be signing up. You got to do it this week. We'd love to have you. I don't think we've had you or I've seen you in any of the other previous programs or on Zoom, but I would look forward to meeting you if you sign up, and I hope that you do. Robin says, today is the day. That is awesome. So the two songs, let me grab my guitar here. The two songs I'm going to be performing live for you, God, I had this realization last night that they're both like over 15 years old. I still think of these as relatively newer songs in my catalog, but man, I probably wrote these in like 2004, 2005. And this was the early, so I've been playing music since I was in high school, played in cover bands, rock bands, alternative rock, original, I put out a lot of original music on a variety of topics that were typical of whatever age I was at the time. But around 2003, 04, God, it's almost 20 years ago, I started attending like spiritual centers after years of not going to church and just doing personal development and spiritual work on my own. And pretty quickly started... I knew a lot of the musicians there who'd also played in bars, bands, and stuff in years past. And it wasn't before long I was performing in these venues and writing songs for that environment. And plus, I was just drawn to write more upbeat and positive songs, sometimes funny songs that would work in a spiritual center type of setting. Without being attached to any dogma or whatever, just like uplifting general songs. And so these are some of the early ones that I wrote. And so I'm gonna pull this one up and play it for you now. Give me a second here. Get a drink. Catch my breath. And yes, please continue to chat with each other. If you are having a birthday, or there's a lot of birthday celebrations going around here, let us know if you're having a birthday. And maybe we'll celebrate that too. All right, here is the song from about, 2004, 2005, something like that. It's a good one, though, I think. Your life is lost and found, and you're losing ground day to day. Instead of a lucky break, another mistake comes your way. You don't know who you are, and you fell so far so soon. You're looking outside yourself, so you cannot help but lose. If you're searching for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on. If you're looking for someone to show you the way, and you can't seem to find him, time to turn to the only one who can help you light the way. You know it's true that someone is you. You feel like you're all alone and your telephone's on the blink. You're walking a thin white rope and your gyroscope's out of sync. You wanna sing rescue me, it's a travesty, you say. Life is so unfair, why should you care anyway? Well, if you're looking for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on. If you're looking for someone to show you the way, and you can't seem to find her, time to turn to the only one who can help you light the way. You know it's true that someone is you. The cure is not out there, you can search everywhere. The only place you'll find the truth is right inside of you. If you're searching for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on. If you're looking for someone to show you the way, but you can't seem to find them, time to turn to the only one who can help you light the way. You know it's true, that someone is you. You know it's true, it's right inside of you. You know it's true, well, it's right inside of you. You know it's true, right inside of you. You know it's true, it's right inside of you. There you go, the original song from around 2004 or so. Just a mere 18 years old. Is that right? Does that make it? Oh my God. No, 2004. Yeah, no, that would be. Jeez. How could that be? I couldn't have been playing music that long. You know what I mean? It's oh, thank you, Nita. I was just about to say that. Yes, please like, share, subscribe to the channel too. That's another important one. A lot of you, I bet you, of all the people that are here now or will watch this in the coming week, around 2000, I don't know, 2000. I bet you a good percentage of them are not even subscribed to this channel. Now, there are 273,000 people. I'm on the verge of hitting 275. So, yeah, passed 250,000 back in November. So there are tons of people that do subscribe. But if you don't, go ahead and subscribe now. Hit the notification bell so you never miss any of the new videos. Thank you, Melody, for those kind words. I appreciate that. Robin loves it. Goo Bob. It's like a lot of people are saying goo instead of good. Maybe let's make that a new thing. I guess, yeah, it was last Friday, Goo Friday. I love this. Let's make it a trend. Let's see here. I'm looking for there's Stacy. Happy Easter to you. I'm going up to CSL. So check this out. So a lot of you know that once a month, Pooki and I perform live at the Center for Spiritual Living. We did that last weekend. And when I was there, I was talking last weekend. I was talking to some of the musicians who are performing today. We're not, obviously. Pooki's out of town. I was not scheduled to perform here on Easter, but they always have a lot of music on Easter. I was talking to one of the musicians, some of them, who were performing, and they were doing Day by Day from Godspell, and said, we need a tambourine player. And I go, oh, I think I can handle that. So I'm going up there to play tambourine. Day by Day. That's going to be it's my first time debuting as a live tambourine player. So I'll be there, Stacy, if you're going to be there. Happy Easter. Thank you for saying that, Brandy. Keone is chillaxing, Karen. What are you talking about? Oh, that's great. Jacob says, inspiration found, Bob. Great song. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did Debbie? Oh, that's right. You did have a birthday recently, didn't you, Debbie? I remember there was something. Oh, we should have talked about it on the Patreon call yesterday. I'm sorry. And Shanetta has one. When are your? Maybe refresh my memory on when these birthdays are. You probably already mentioned them, but I'm not able to keep track of everything in the chat. Hey, Jennifer, my youngest granddaughter turns 8 today. Oh, that's cool. Happy birthday. Great song. Thank you. Thank you so much. Melanie says, happy Easter to you too. I appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Oh, Dora Lee. Yes, hey, Dora Lee, our friend from St. Louis. Happy Easter. And she did Bob's last turbocharge. Was well worth it. Just sign up, for gosh sake. Again, you can. Where's that website to go and do that at? Whoops. TurbochargeYourLife.us. TurbochargeYourLife.us. And so, so we do have some first timers here. We have some birthdays going on. Instead of doing the birthday song, which I kind of like to do with Pooki, let's just do a round of applause for, oh, look at this. Marley, my sister's birthday was yesterday. Oh, Stacy's going to be there in the flesh to see me play tambourine. Oh, I'm really nervous about it. I'm being silly. Let's see. Happy birthday, y'all. Love and light. Hey, there's Eileen Smoke from Seattle. We have somebody else from Seattle here, too. So, April 14, that was just 3 days ago. Debbie, I'm sorry, I forgot. I saw that on one of the sites, and I was going to mention it and forgot when you were on the Patreon call yesterday. So, yeah, belated happy birthday. Yeah, thank you for doing the math for me, Shanetta. 18 years. That's the year I got married, and my anniversary was last Wednesday. Wow, that is very. Oh, anniversary and birthday a week apart. Very cool. So let's applaud our first timers. Let's applaud our birthday people, and we're going to start off. I actually have a whole I don't know what you call them, a group of Easter bunnies are off to the side here. They've been warming up for a while. They're going to help us applaud. Are you ready there, rabbits? Okay. It's a hair-raising experience. Sorry, that was bad. All right, let's have a round of applause on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, everybody. Yes. I guess rabbits aren't used to like banging their paws together for applause, so I think we can do better than that. Can you kind of take it up a notch, guys? All right. Maybe you can multiply a little bit and get more of you running around there. So let's try this again. All of you at home, play along as well. Even though nobody other than you maybe can hear you and maybe the neighbors, and it's okay. You can disturb them for a few seconds. Let's really give a big round of applause for all our first timers and everyone celebrating a birthday in the past week, the upcoming week, this month, whatever it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and go. Woohoo! Happy birthday, everyone, and welcome to our first timers, as Mary Rose says here. Yay! Yeah, for the first timers. And happy birthday, everyone. Okay. Oh, look at Chio's in the house. Yay! All these familiar faces. Let's see here. What else I want to talk about before we go into the discussion of my personal transformation? I just want to remind you, I mentioned Patreon call a couple times. I've been doing that lately. We do that every Sunday, as a matter of fact. Why do I do that? Because, so this turbocharged thing that's coming up, yeah, we want you to be part of that, but that is a 30-day program. Yes, there's lasting effects after that. Friendships are made that extend beyond the 30 days. But if you want kind of a year-round engagement with me and Pooki and a group of like-minded people, Patreon is the way to go. Patreon is a site that's set up to for people like you to support creators like Pooki and I. And for a very small monthly micro donation or contribution, you get some perks like access to a monthly Zoom call, which we just had yesterday. And there are different things. We create some exclusive content throughout the month, just for our Patreon subscribers and supporters. But you can start for as little as $5 a month, and you can even save 15% if you pay annually for any of these levels. So go check that out. And to do that, where is the website for that? It is patreon.com/Bob Baker. Patreon.com/Bob Baker. And we just had this is nothing like jumping on this. This is a screenshot from the Zoom call that we had just yesterday. Who is in the house right here? That's Anita, I think, is here, right? Let's see. Cherie, I think Karen is here. Crystal. Who else? Deanne is. Oh, and there's Debbie, the recent birthday girl, kind of sideways. I caught here at the bottom there, and then Holly, who's often here. You might recognize her. So yeah, we've seen Jackie and Dawn. I'm not sure if they're in the room here live today, but we covered the 3 quotes that can change your life yesterday. It had an amazing. Oh. Yeah. That's right. Crystal said jazz hands. That's what we were doing. And there's Cherie there. She's excited about doing Turbocharge. So yeah, check out Patreon. Consider that. We would love to have you part of the family there. And again, that's patreon.com/Bob Baker. Also wanted to make you aware of, so a lot of you are aware of my book, The Power of Affirmations and Positive Self-Talk. Many of you have it. Some even have autographed copies of it. But and it's been out for right around, it actually came out on April 20th of last year was the official publication date. So we're like a year into this, and it took me a while, but I finally got the audio book version out. It's now available on Audible, Apple Books, and Amazon as an audio book. Really affordable too. So it's close to 2 hours. So it's not super long, but yeah, if you like the audio version of that, it is available. Just want to make you aware. And then of course the paperback and the ebook are available on Amazon Amazon in more than, I think, like 13 countries. So you can find one that services wherever you are and get a copy. And you can even get an autographed copy if you look in the description of this video. There's a link to where you can learn more about that. And so let's see here. Yeah, let us start talking about this topic today. I'm going to take a little bit of a deep dive. So there we just want to check in some comments. Brandy, oh yeah, so you did get you have a fresh autographed copy that should have arrived when you got home from the hospital. And she has it on Audible as well. Oh, cool. That's right, you did get that. Oh, Vasiliki was in that Patreon photo. Let's see here. She's up at the very top left with the hat on and the peace sign fingers. So glad you could join us here. That is so cool. So what was I talking about? Oh yes, Audible and the book, all that good stuff. So let's turn our attention now to why I titled this My Self-Transformation Journey. And this is loosely tied into Easter. I was trying to think of how could I have an Easter theme. And a lot of people have, over the years, I've been to a lot of Easter services, and a lot of times in certain spiritual centers, they'll talk about the metaphor or the analogy behind the idea of resurrection and how we could apply that to our lives. And basically it represents the death of something and then the rising of something out of that. And often it's referred to more in a in how we live our chapters of our lives, which is the way that the context that I'm going to replace here about rebirth, renewal, redefining ourselves. And so I don't know about you, but for me, some of the most like tumultuous, frustrating times of my life, or at least times when I felt off balance, was when my sense of identity was challenged or changed. This is not unique. I'm sure you've experienced this a lot yourself. I'm just going to share some of them for me. And so from roughly age 21 to 24, there was like a 3 or 4 year period where I was playing music full time. This was after, I started playing the guitar, playing in bands pretty quickly, and like in early high school. Set this dream of not, well, I had the ultimate dream was to be a rock star, to tour and be on MTV and all that stuff. But my stepping stone to that was to play locally full time in the nightclubs. And I ended up getting into like a top 40 band, playing the hits of the day, and did that. That was my identity. I gigged like anywhere from 3 to 5, sometimes 6 nights a week in the St. Louis area. We did a little traveling in Illinois and Indiana and different, but it was pretty much a regional band. And that was my identity, my lifestyle for a long time. And then, believe it or not, I know shocking as this might, there were some older guys in the band. I don't know, it doesn't matter why, but I was actually asked to leave that band. And after being in it for like 3.5 years, and it kind of came as a shock to me. And it really, so suddenly I was not this working, gigging musician, and it was pretty upsetting at the time. And so I had to take on like, part-time jobs, and I kind of found my way, started attending some classes at community college. And what that led to out of that sort of confusion was within 2 or 3 years of that happening, I got this idea to start a local publication that covered the local music scene. And I had always had an interest in writing, certainly had an interest in music, and so I combined these two things, and always had like entrepreneurial inklings, even though I'm not your typical entrepreneur, that's for sure. And so I started this local newspaper, kind of not knowing what I was doing, never having any previous experience, just did it. And the early issues were ugly and filled with typos, and I would kind of learned on the fly, but I ended up doing that for 10 years, from like my mid to late 20s to mid to late 30s. And during that time, I became known as the local music journalist. I was the guy that published the local music paper. And after it had been established for a while, and this was a physical paper back in the pre-internet or early internet days, it was distributed, locally. And so other media would start to have me on, like radio stations or TV shows, and to talk about what was happening in the local music scene. And I would put together events and moderate panels that I put together. So I was very active locally, and at the same time playing out in bands. So I was really immersed in the local music scene, but known for the guy that published this thing called Spotlight Magazine. That was a full decade of my life. I chose to put that. I was starting to get burned out on it by the end of it. It was just the monthly grind. I really didn't like the ad sales because it was a free newspaper, and so the revenue came from ad sales, and I was always just barely scraping by. So just when I say I was entrepreneurial, I didn't mean I was making much or any money at some of the things that I was doing back then, but it was very rewarding, and I learned a lot of skills that served me later, which I'll probably mention here. And so I decided, to put, and my first book was published in the early 90s, about halfway through that period of publishing the newspaper, and I found myself more and more drawn to do that. So I put the paper to rest by choice on the 10-year anniversary issue. It was my farewell letter, and a lot of people were disappointed. So then again, my identity shifted after 10 years of being this local journalist. I no longer had that vehicle, and I was shifting to online and becoming an author, and that took a while. I had to work a day job for a while until that kind of got its footing, and then a book that let's see. I had put together a collection of articles that I had written in this book that I primitively published called the Guerrilla Music Marketing Handbook. And within a few years, I was early on in the internet. I didn't even realize I was a pioneer, I guess, in online publishing and marketing online and self-publishing. And that book was an early, one of the first books that was out about how to promote yourself independently. It wasn't about how to get a record deal or how to get the industry attention. It was about how to build your own success story as an artist, build your own fan base. And that's a message that is quite common now, but back then it wasn't so common. I was one of the few people talking about that, especially publishing a book about it, how to market yourself in that way. And then I became known as then my identity shifted with a national and even international audience of being this kind of music marketing guy for independent artists. And that was my new identity. But I had to go through these few years of shifting from the local newspaper guy to now the author guy. And I rode that wave like in the 2000s, like from I quit that day job in 2004, and just kept, every year that those sales got better, and I sold more of them, and I actually started then because I had success as an author, I started this website called fulltimeauthor.com, because most of the revenue that I generated was from either from product sales or sales related to it. So I was the full-time author guy doing this stuff. But then as the internet matured in the early 2000s, by the time we got to like 2012, there was the internet had matured, and there was a steady decline in that revenue stream for me. And suddenly now I'm questioning my identity. And there was a few years from 2012 on to like 2016, 2017, where I was kind of losing my mojo and wondering where was my place, in the world, because the author thing and the books and those information products weren't doing nearly as well as they used to. Again, because the internet matured, there were so many more voices, people publishing and free stuff with podcasts and blogs and all that I was questioning, where do I fit in now? And so I brought passions that I had when I was younger back into I started doing some visual art, selling some paintings. I started teaching and performing improv and monetizing that a little bit, but mostly pursued it because I had a passion for it. Like I never was somebody who pursued something just for the money making. Like I would never, I don't know, there's certain things I just won't do because I'm not interested in them. But if I have a passion in a creative field, I'm not afraid to monetize it and figure out a way to offer value so that people get more value than it's a valuable transaction. It's a win-win. And so, that's like a perspective that I encourage you. A lot of people, especially in creative fields, are like squeamish about asking for money or feel weird about it. But and I'm sure I have it many times in my life. But don't do that because if you're providing value for people, then you should be paid and every right to be that. Although you may notice I give away a ton of free stuff, but I get enough revenue from well, that's another story about YouTube ads and so on. Anyway, there was this period between 2012, 2016 or so where I was kind of in a funk, trying to read and wondering who I was. And during this period, I was seeking out inspiration to pump me up. And I was using YouTube to find spoken word, looking for guided meditations, looking for affirmations. And I found a couple things that were helpful, but quite often the stuff I would come across, I didn't either like the person's voice. They sounded like they were trying to affect some kind of a fake personality or something about the background music was too loud. And I'm going, there was always something about it that just I could not relax into it. And so I eventually thought to myself, well, I know my way around a microphone. I have editing equipment. I wonder if anybody I think I could create something that's what I'm looking for that I can't find. And that's what led to my early affirmations on YouTube. So it's interesting how when you face these challenges and you've seemingly lost your way, how that can lead to new opportunities. All these things kind of happened in that way. And so, I started posting affirmations. People did like them. Nothing huge at first, but there was an indication to me that, people were liking these videos much more than my normal stuff that I was posting on YouTube. And that's what led me to do more. I took a sort of when there was never a business plan, and I never had these high anticipation. I just thought, if I could make a little extra money doing this, great. But then it just grew and it grew and it grew, and I doubled down on it, learned best practices, and now here I am with 273,000 subscribers, over 1 million views a month on the channel, have a related podcast and digital albums that are out there that are also doing, reaching an audience. And it's opened up a whole new chapter in my life that I never could have predicted, I never saw coming. And the impact that I'm having with great people like you is like 10 times what it was when I was at the height of my success as just an author, like the music marketing and creativity guy with my various books for creatives. And I thought that I was happy with that. A lot of people were impressed that I had done that well with those books, but this is on a whole. So I want to thank you all for paying attention and investing your time and your attention and sharing this stuff to allow me to live this life. Because what better way to impact a lot of people around the world who listen to my voice every morning or every day, many of you, and to be able to monetize that and support our household. So thank you. I do not take any of that for granted. I am so blessed, and I just cherish you all for being a part of this journey with me, and having Pooki get involved in it has just been great too, because obviously she brings a lot of energy to what we do, and so that's kind of like I want to ride this wave for hopefully the rest of my life. There is now a new so a lot of these have to do with our role that we play. A lot of the stuff that I've talked about does tie into how we support ourselves financially. A lot of that's driven by I got to find something to pay the bills, although hopefully you see that there's also this common thread of me wanting to do something that I'm passionate about, that I'm good at, and it helps other people and uplifts other people. I think all these things that I've done kind of indicate that. But the newest shift in identity is related to health and why we chose to do for the first time ever a health and well-being turbocharge. And to explain that, I'm going to play a little clip from a video that I released just a few days ago. I think whenever it was, last Thursday morning or something. It's like a total of 18, 19-minute video, but I'm going to play this one segment of it that's several minutes long, but I hang in there because this is a really powerful message that's related to you. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna acknowledge some of these comments. I see them coming in, and I really do appreciate that. But while we're on a roll here with this topic, I want to play this. So in this video, I talk about 3 keys to my health, this new healthy lifestyle and weight loss. Right now I'm down 12 pounds from where I was 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and with more coming, and I think it's going to stick. So in this video, I'm going to pick it up with key 3, but I've already talked about the obvious things like nutrition and how I've adjusted that. I've talked about physical activity, how I've incorporated that into my life on a regular basis. And this is where I go into key number 3. So if you don't mind hanging in there and listening to this and commenting as you go along, that would be great. So here it is, key number 3. And I'll check back in just a few. So when I name this third key factor, don't just automatically assume you know what I'm going to say, because I have a feeling that's not the case. So the third factor falls under the category of mindset. But the mindset I'm talking about has nothing to do with willpower. It really doesn't have to do with anything about seeing yourself as thin and healthy and fit and the end result and all that. The real game changer, the difference maker with this aspect of mindset is I'm changing my identity, the way that I think of myself as it relates to health and fitness, because it is something I've always struggled with. It didn't come easy for me. I was always kind of fighting an internal and external battle with it. And I finally figured out why. And it has everything to do with self-identity. So I'll just quickly share something with you that will help explain why this has been an issue for me. So when I was a kid, back in like grade school, I was really lousy at sports. I couldn't kick a ball, catch a ball, throw a ball, anything to do with balls. I just was not very good with it. I was kind of awkward and it just wasn't happening for me. But as a result, I got made fun of. I got picked on and even bullied because I wasn't a normal boy who could do all these athletic things. And it really affected me. I was kind of antisocial. I ended up being really shy, and I had a stutter for a number of years when I was younger. And sort of the light at the end of the tunnel with that is I ended up gravitating toward things that I had more control over, which was the arts. And I started getting into music and writing and art and other things related to that, which became a huge part of my life. So it was a blessing. However, all these decades, I've had this image of myself who's someone who's not coordinated, not athletic, not really a fit person who is into exercise and all that stuff. And so whenever I tried to implement new habits, I was always fighting this battle that was at odds with my identity, how I thought of myself. So just to hammer home the idea here, I'm going to share a couple of quotes. But one quote is, "We all act consistently with who we believe we are." Think about that. Here's another one. "The strongest force is the need to remain consistent with how we see ourselves." So I always saw myself as someone who was not very athletic, not very physical. Exercise probably unknowingly reminded me of those times when I was made fun of as a kid. Even as an adult, there's programming running underneath the surface that's influencing me in that way. And that's the reason why you may have struggled, because a lot of times we're focused on the behavior. Okay, I'm going to eat this way, and I'm going to move my body this way. I'm going to force myself to get up and run or walk or whatever the thing is. And you're focused on the behaviors, and that's great because we all need to develop new habits to be able to improve our lives, especially in this arena of health and wellness. But when you're trying to develop new habits against a backdrop of a belief that doesn't match it, of a self-image that doesn't support it, you're always going to struggle. That's why I struggled. I think really that's at the crux of why so many people only have temporary successes with weight loss and health, and they fall back into the old patterns because they don't change their self-identity. So for me and a lot of other people, it took years, it took decades to build up this self-identity of not being someone who makes healthy choices, who is physically active. So you're not going to change that overnight, but I have made some immense progress in just the last few weeks of just changing my attitude. Instead of saying, oh, I got to force myself to go and walk today because if I don't, I'm not the type of person that... No, I'm saying I'm a healthy person. Therefore, this is what I do. So that is where affirmations come into this. I say this to myself every morning. I even listen to my own voice on some of my health affirmations. I am a healthy person. My body loves physical activity. So I'm slowly but surely reinforcing, rewiring my brain and my self-identity to be the type of person that I know I want to be and I have the ability to become. But until you really own that identity and think of yourself, I'm a healthy person. Therefore, I make healthy choices. Of course, I'm going to behave this way. It becomes less of a struggle and something that you actually look forward to. Now, again, it takes repeatedly reminding yourself of who you are so that you begin acting in a manner that's consistent with your new identity. At first, it might feel a little awkward, like, oh, I'm just an imposter pretending to be this. But no, you stick with it. And over time, you own it. You become that. So this has been a huge shift for me. And it's the reason why I think I'm going to stick with this and make it a lifestyle. And that's why we're really excited to make the focus of this next 30-day Turbocharge Your Life program centered around health and well-being. I'm going to continue to share my story. Pooki will do the same thing. I'm going to go a lot deeper into this mindset stuff. We're actually going to be covering kind of 8 areas that we're going to be recommending that people focus on during the 30 days. We just touched on 3 of them here. Again, you can find out more about it at turbochargeyourlife.us. That's turbochargeyourlife.us. And there are a lot of perks that come with it. There's a private Facebook group. We have 4 live Zoom calls. You have the option of teaming up with a success partner, which I highly recommend. I give you daily affirmations and a 30-day journal worksheet that you fill out and help you stay on track and stay focused so that you can change that identity, as well as the habits and behaviors throughout the 30 days that hopefully will last long after the program has ended. So if you're wondering what the this latest program that we joined that Pooki encouraged me to do, it is Weight Watchers. They go by WW now. And the thing that really inspired her to pursue that and bring me along is she wanted the accountability. She liked the live weekly meetings that they have. And at first I was like, oh yeah, that's nice, because I'm a do-it-yourself, DIY, self-reliant kind of guy. So I went to a first meeting with her, and then we went to another one. And I started realizing the power of that community aspect of it. I was enjoying and looking forward to going to more meetings. We started getting to know people. So even though I was ho-hum about that aspect, I've come to really love it and enjoy it, which is why we built that into the 30-day program through the Zoom calls, through the Facebook group, through the partnering with someone. You're not doing this alone. You have a support group and people from around the world who are like high vibe, positive thinkers, cheering each other on. I've done these programs on many other topics. This is the first time that we've done it on health, but I'm really excited about doing it. And so check it out and register. It starts April 23rd. Again, the website is turbochargeyourlife.us. That's turbochargeyourlife.us. I hope that you'll join us for that. Whether you do or not, I hope you got something out of this video and you realize the power of changing your identity. We always act in a manner that's consistent with who we think we are, who we know we are. And you can alter that and change it so that it supports you instead of always creating this friction. There you go. What's going on? My hair is disappearing into the background. So that will be pretty much the last time that you're going to hear any promotion on a Sunday for this upcoming Turbocharge, because it starts next Saturday, the 23rd. And so would love for you to join us and become part of that family and the Facebook group. I just highlighted some comments here while that was playing that I just want to go through real quick, but I hope you got some value out of that. Stacy asked, what years and what was the paper called? So this is, again, it was just based in St. Louis. It was called Spotlight Magazine. And I did that, oh my God, I can't believe these years, 1987 to 1997. So Robin says, love 80s classic rock. Yeah, I was in my 20s in the 80s, and that's why I was in those cover bands and when MTV was like new, and it's a very influential decade for me. In fact, that song that I did just a little while ago probably has an 80s feel to it, like a lot of my songs. Brandy has a nice comment. That's awesome, Bob. God brought you full circle. Yeah, everything we do is not wasted. I mean, all that experience that I got publishing my newspaper, even though I did not, it wasn't a very profitable venture. I learned about editing and layout and design and being able to cater to an audience and attract an audience and a readership, which served me well when I shifted into being an author. I already had a lot of these skills for self-publishing that most people don't have. And so, it's always, everything you do can be used. Shanetta says, Bob, you're so inspiring. This is where I am in life to reinvent myself and transforming my identity to utilize my God-given talents. And she's talking about, there's some other comments about her working on a book that a lot of people are interested in. Jillian says, thank you for all you do. I loved your weight loss video. You watched the full one. It's a long one, about 18 minutes. Thank you for sharing your experience. It's inspiring. I really appreciate that, Jillian. And then Melody is here too. Thanks, Bob. I really appreciate you and all you create and produce. Such a helpful, positive force in the world. And if I hadn't been struggling and seeking out affirmations and then creating my own, we may not be connecting like this. So I'm so blessed that that challenge turned out to be one of the biggest blessings of my life. I'm grateful for you, Bob, says Crystal. Your story pushes me forward to the next step level. Yay. Great to hear that. Divine. Peace and positivity. Yes to myself, Mr. Baker. Looks handsome. Looks more younger. We all know how much you love yourself. Now, I don't know if this is just the angle that I was, but this photo that I used in this wait, not that one. Where is it? This photo here was taken a few months ago when we were at one of our Airbnbs. And I don't know if it's the angle or whatever, but look at the, I've always had like a double chin, but I think because I've lost 12 pounds, I'm thinning out around there. But it's not all about looks, but it's more about your health and vitality. But yeah, I don't mind that coming along with it as a byproduct. But thank you. Paulo says, keep up the health journey. I definitely feel that energy and have started becoming more active. Yeah, it's all about what you put in your mouth, how you move your body, and then combined with mindset and a few other things. Robin, Bob, you are both, I guess Pooki and I are such a blessing. Thank you, Robin. A lot of people were commenting, a few of you were commenting on the sports thing that I talked about in that video, including Jacob here, said, I'd rather go practice the violin than play catch. I feel like kindred spirits on the whole health experiences we shared. Yeah, new self-identity. Yeah, it gets to the core of who are you and how do you look? How do you think of yourself? And there's nothing wrong with sports at all. I mean, I kind of envy people that are agile and all that, but it's just, it was just, unfortunately, I have these etchings of negativity that I am replacing with the new attitude about it. Bob Baker, your school experience is so relatable for me, says Jillian. I also wasn't good at most sports and stuttered at school. Yeah, I still do. You hear me, especially when you hear my edited affirmation videos. I really don't stutter on those. But you'll notice when I'm extemporaneously speaking here on lives, I stumble a lot. I'll stop and start sentences and get caught up. So it's still a little of that there. But it used to be a lot more prominent when I was a kid. Katie says, you and Pooki have changed my world for the best. We love you. Oh, thank you, Katie. That's sweet. Debbie says, Bob, the universe knew all of us needed you and all your positivity and affirmations. Oh, that's so sweet. Clara says, yes, changing the old programming. Yeah. A lot of times people think you're stuck with that belief system. And because it took a lot of years and perhaps in some cases, decades to create, yeah, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to replace it in the same way it got installed, little by little. But know that you can alter it by changing your, just by affirmations and just the work that you do to focus on the person that you're becoming and that you are. Brandy talks about her boyfriend's literally the lead singer of a heavy metal band. Of course, she would end up dating a musician. We're not all that bad. Paulo says, I needed this. And then Shanetta says, Bob, Pooki, this amazing Sunday family has allowed me to self-reflect and step out of my comfort zone. A true blessing. Absolutely. So thank you for all those wonderful comments. I really appreciate that. And so, oh boy, let's see here. I've been talking a lot, but now it's time to shift gears. We've been this is serious stuff, but I think we've done it in a lighthearted way. But speaking of lighthearted, you know what time it is for now. It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be why. I'm hoping by next week I have some sort of a design for Shadoobie Wah. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do like 2 or 3 different Shadoobie Wah designs and get people to vote on them, and then I'll upload those to one of those sites where you can have them printed on merch, like a T-shirt or a mug. That would be fun. I wonder if anybody would actually buy those. And so, Today's Bob's Comedy Corner is going to be a song that I also wrote back in that, I don't know, 16, 18 years ago. Because I've done comedy. I used to do stand-up comedy. I used to do, I still do improv comedy. And when I did stand-up, I haven't done this in a long time, but I would do song parodies and I would do funny songs. Yeah, I see some people are chiming in on that now. It's so when I started doing the performing in spiritual centers and writing upbeat music, it occurred to me, I wonder, not a whole lot of people did like funny stuff there, at least not in the actual songs. And then I saw a guy named Greg Tamlin, who's now a friend of mine, and he's from Kansas City, and he came in and it was a guest speaker or whatever and performer, and he did a bunch of funny songs. I said, oh my, he like opened my eyes to, I can do this in this environment. And I think this was like maybe the second humorous type of song that I wrote, and it's been a while since I've done it on a Sunday, and so this is we're gonna have a musical version of Bob's Comedy Corner. Let me pull up my lyrics here. Where did they go? No, that's not it. Whoops. Hang on a second. I know I have lyrics here. There we go. I put them on the screen so that I can look up more into the camera as I'm singing to you. All right, here we go. I've been reading all this stuff for one long year about peace and love and soothing all my fear. I truly believe that this freedom can be mine. But why is getting there taking so much time? There has to be a faster way than meditation or feng shui. I caught Wayne Dyer once on the TV set. Spent $65 on a PBS membership. I took a crash course and bought everything I could. Read the Bible with help from Evelyn Wood. Anybody remember her? Got Deepak Chopra books on tape. Yes, I said tape. I pray for bliss, but I can't wait. 1, 2, 3, I need some drive-through spirituality. I want an instant altered reality. Give me salvation, give me peace in record time. There must be some way to quick fix my troubled mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tried to tap my higher self and learn my fate. Instead I found my lower self was running late. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. But make it quick, I'm being chased by the police. Feed my soul, that's what I crave. But let me use a microwave. 1, 2, 3, I need some drive-through spirituality. I want an instant altered reality. Give me salvation, give me peace in record time. There must be some way to quick fix my troubled mind. 1, 2, 3, I need some drive-through spirituality. I need instant altered reality. Give me salvation, give me peace in record time. There must be some way to quick fix my troubled mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I do a sing-along, but it would be just me by myself asking Keone and the rabbits to sing along. So there you go. That was, I hope you enjoyed that. I may have done it once or twice before on a Sunday, but it's been a long, long time. I wonder if there are any comments going on about that one. Let's just see if anyone has anything to share related to that. Oh, Cherie says, love. I love to laugh. I love improv. Whoops, here we go. Also, but I love Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be wah. I think I've shared this with you that yeah, the Shidubi Wow is something I just added. Like for some reason, I was like, it needs something else, and I just came up with that. Enlightenment now or Serenity now from Seinfeld. I have records, CDs, and cassettes. Oh, guilty as charged. Claire's got some little dancing emojis there. Literally, I'd love it. Yes, cassette tapes were the thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a collection. Yeah. Love Wayne Dyer. Yeah, he passed away like 6 years ago or something like that. I'm not sure what fitted shirt represents. This is great. Thank you so much. Rolling. All right. I love to hear that. Yay, yay, yay. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, somebody said something about it. I think there were some comments earlier about the Shidubi Wa. Let me see here. Let me find those real fit. I need a new coffee mug. Yeah, wouldn't you love to have? Oh, as long as a fitted. Okay. So I will, yeah, I will upload it to one of these sites that you can have it printed on any number of different shirts, and so you get to select them. It's going to take me a little bit to set that up. Jillian says I would buy the shirt for sure. Brandy would buy the coffee mug. I would send it. Send it on. Shadoobie wah. So many people. Bob's Comedy Corner. Look at all these Shadoobie wahs. And I had to look up like a proper spelling of it, so I think I got that. So I'm using it right. All right. So of course that ends everyone's this installment of It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Shadoobie wah. Well, Pookie's not here to see this, but Brandy says all proceeds from shirts and mugs go to RV for Pookie 2022. She would love seeing that. Oh, speaking of which, I know sometimes a lot of you are very generous and you use the, well, hang on before you do anything related to this. There's the built-in feature where you can send like, I forget the super chats or little donations through YouTube. And feel free to do that, absolutely. But I think I have to look up exact percentage that they take, but the platform might take a good chunk of that. Just between you and I just don't want to say anything publicly about it. But there's some other ways if you do want to donate. Oh, Jillian just did it. But there's some other ways if you want to use either Venmo or PayPal. There's some options there for you if you just want to support the mission, whether it's the RV mission or just send a little thanks. We would appreciate that. So at Venmo, it's Bob-Baker-13. I think if we're not connected on Venmo, it might ask for the last four digits of my phone number or something, but I think you can bypass that as long as you're seeing that photo and it's Bob-Baker-13 if you use Venmo, or paypal.me/BobBakerSTL. Again, it's paypal.me/BobBakerSTL. Totally up to you, but I don't think I've offered this very much. I just want to see if anyone wants to respond that way, or you could wait till there's merch available, and there's lots of things that you can purchase too if you look in the and get something in exchange for your donation, or you're sending a little funds our way. But Jillian is always very generous in the with the super chat. Much love and happy Easter to everyone. Love the mixed spirituality song. That's a great one. And you knew you wouldn't get away without RV for Pookie. Of course, even when she's not here, you guys are in her corner. Yeah, Marley likes that too. Mixed spirituality. Whoops. Oh, Ruby's first Easter joining from Nigeria. Thought I'm a Bob Baker fan. Happy. Oh, that's awesome. Yay, yay, yay. So that's so cool. So I'm gonna make a note to work on Shadoobie Wah between now and next weekend. So where are we at? I'm gonna have to, since I have to go up and play tambourine, I might not go the full 90 minutes here. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, so I'll just talk about some other ways that we can connect. And that is, let's see here, the email. There's already 9,000 people on my email list related to the Brandy. I think she just used Venmo and sent 1111. Oh, that's a great number. That's so awesome. Let's see here. I'm sorry. Just checking Pookie sent me a WhatsApp message from Mexico. It's easier, apparently. A little distracted here. Get on the email list and join the 9,000 people who get around weekly emails from me with the latest links to stuff that we're up to. You can go to bobbakerinspiration.com, bobbakerinspiration.com. When you sign up, you'll get 6 free MP3 downloads. Just note that you have to go to your inbox after you sign up and click the confirmation link to officially be added to the list, because if you don't do that, you won't get any emails from me. But a lot of people, 1,500 strong now, are on the text list, which is available to people with numbers based in the U.S. and Canada. Just send any text to 314-742-8339, and you'll get an autoresponder thing back that having you click that link and just confirm that you want to get text from me, and make sure your basic contact info is correct. And especially, list the city where you're in, because we're going to be geo-targeting when we start to travel this year. So list where you're at, and when we come to your area, we will let you know. But more and more people are on that. If you're outside the U.S. and Canada, I have a Telegram channel there, Bob Baker Inspiration. All the stuff I talk about, as always, is in the description of this video. Just tap the title and expand it, and you can see all links to all sorts of stuff where you can get my book. And because I also have a new book. Let's see here. It's an ebook called 300 Positive Affirmations on Abundance, Success, Evidence, Confidence, Love, Health, and more. Only available as an ebook, and it's priced numerically at $3.33, super affordable. That's on Amazon, pretty much only in 13 countries. So, and you don't need a Kindle, just need a free Kindle app on any device of your choice. You can get that. Let's see here. So I've talked about that stuff. I think we're good here now. And again, get the power of affirmations and positive self-talk. There's that. And again, there's a link down there if you want to get an autographed copy if you're in the U.S. So I don't want to bombard you with too many things. I've already mentioned Turbocharge. If you haven't got the message by now, this is the last time. Turbochargeyourlife.us. Turbochargeyourlife.us. And to get on and join us, it starts this coming Saturday. But you can but when you sign up now, you'll get a welcome email, and you'll get access. There's a Dropbox folder where I have already populated with a bunch of affirmations, the journal, instructions on how to join the Facebook group, information on how to let me know that you want a success partner, so I can start pairing you up. So you can jump on and start benefiting from it now, get in the Facebook group, although it won't be as active until the program starts. But just would love for you to be part of that family there. Beth says, Bob, I look forward to your positive, inspiring texts. They're coming, and they come 3 times a week. Usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes I get off that schedule, but usually. B. Russell, happy birthday from Chapala, Mexico. That's where Pooki is, right? Or not about that city, but unless she's with you. You go with the transformation, Bob. Thank you. I believe that's Kate, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. JB says, good morning. Happy Easter to all. Again, Brandy, thank you for the Venmo. I appreciate that. Patricia joining from South Africa. Keone sat up for a second, huh? He's pretty chill back there. It looks like he's about ready to fall off, but it's actually pretty level. It's a weird angle. Okay. And Shadubiwa. All right, so what we're going to do here what I want you to do, I'm going to play a video where you won't see me. It's the I Welcome Joy into My Life. It's the video that we put out about a year ago where we collected clips that people submitted from all over the world of them dancing to this song. Pookie's son Andrew edited this together. And it's a really fun video. So I'm going to play that. And while it's playing, I want you to, actually, I'm not going to be able to share them on the screen. So, but start typing. I'll share your comments after the video. That's how we'll wrap up. But let me know your takeaways. We talked about self-transformation, like reinventing yourself, rebirth, renewal. What are your thoughts related to that? What's a 1 or 2 sentence idea, something you're going to take with you today and throughout this week? post that there, and then I will highlight those comments after this song. All right. And then I got to head off and play the tambourine at the Center for Spiritual Living. So, yeah, Jillian says it correctly. Keone teaches us how to live in the moment and get some rest. He's a guru, just like he can't help but reflect his parents, right? All right, here's this video. Enjoy it, and I'll be back to check in on your comments about what your main takeaways are today. All right?
Oh yeah, can you feel it? I'm talking about joy. Yeah.
I welcome joy into my life. 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 It doesn't matter what they say, I'm gonna do this anyway. It doesn't matter where I've been, now's the time to let it in. I welcome joy into my life. 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 It doesn't matter what I see, I know the truth is inside of me. See the good and have no doubt. Feel the heat and let it out.
Oh yeah.
Sing it out loud. I welcome joy into my life. 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 It doesn't matter what they say, we're gonna do this anyway. It doesn't matter where we've been, now's the time to let it in. I welcome joy into my life. 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 I welcome joy into my life.
I'm talking about that joy. Can you feel it? Let it on in.
Sing it out loud. I welcome joy into my life. 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 I welcome joy into my life.
Feels so good.
And just check out this list of the dancers. I think, as I mentioned, that Dora Lee was here earlier. Holly has been here in the past. Vasiliki was here earlier. May still be here. I think those are the only ones that were in the. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it's interesting. We collected these. My friend Roy from St. Louis he did the Captain Kirk there, and it's interesting because we collected these video clips like in January and February of last year, so over a year ago. And it's interesting how some people kind of move in and out of your life, because a lot of the people that were like actively engaged with us then, we haven't heard from as much lately. But some still are, like Dorley, Vasiliki, Holly Ann, and others. And so there's always a core group, and this happens in life too. It's your friends, your family, whatever. People kind of move in and out. And it's all good. That's part of that change, that transformation that we were talking about today. Going to highlight a couple more these comments that came in. Let's see. Oops. I hope I got the right. Or let's see here. Takeaway. Let's see. Clara says yes. Change. Oh no, that was from earlier. I'm sorry. Somehow I did not. I mean, let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm not finding the comments that I just highlighted. Here we go. Jillian says, my takeaway is that this world is full of beautiful, incredible people, and we're all growing and thriving and enlivening together and separately. We walk individually, yet also join in growth and love. I like that dichotomy. Yes, the two opposites, they can work together. I tend to think that way myself. I rely on myself for a lot of things and realize that change and who you want to be in the world, it starts from within and resonates out, and then you combine it with other people, and it's a beautiful thing. Debbie says, what an awesome video. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Claire's takeaway is, I embrace personal transformation. I accept that change is an exciting part of life, which were two of the affirmations that I did earlier. Beth says, welcome. It's a great song. I really appreciate that. Brandy's takeaway is, it's okay to start over again. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you're not where you used to be. Although I would say, be grateful for even those uncomfortable places that you used to be, because that led to where you are now. And always appreciate where you are, even if it's negative. So try not to hold resentment. I mean, if it's a really bad situation, I understand. Yeah, you want to get out of that, especially with this health related. Like, yeah, you don't want to stay there, but don't curse. I would caution you not to curse those things. Say it's something I went through. I survived. I learned from it, and yeah, you can certainly. You don't have to go back there. I don't want. Not that you want to go back there. I think you know what I mean. Resist being resistant, I guess. Let's see here. What else did I highlight earlier? Renewal equals leaving your comfort zone. That's right. And sometimes we leave our comfort zone by choice. Like when I chose to put my newspaper to rest after 10 years, I knew that I was shifting in. It was going to be a kind of a messy transition. But so sometimes we choose them, or we leave a relationship because we know it's best for us. It's uncomfortable at first. But sometimes things are thrust upon you, where you're suddenly facing a health challenge that you didn't anticipate, or you're let go from a job, or somebody leaves you in a relationship. So it happens both ways, and either way, there's a transition. But just know that you will not only survive it, but you will learn to live to thrive through it. So that's hopefully what you take away there. So hope to see some of you, hope to see some new names signing up for Turbocharge Your Life, Health and Well-Being. Starts next Saturday. And so happy Easter, everyone. Happy Passover. Happy Sunday. This was, even though we miss Pooki, I always, we're never going to miss a Sunday. Always going to be here for you. And again, thank you for playing the immense role that you have in this chapter of my life with this channel and all the work that we do together to lift each other up. So have an awesome one. I'm going to go practice my tambourine and go play on a Godspell song at the Center for Spiritual Living. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. All right, everybody. So long for now.